Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these two different cowl tops. These are perfect for the summertime or even the springtime, and they're very similar in terms of how I created them, so I decided to put them both into one video. On screen you can see the materials you're going to need as well as the abbreviations that I'm going to be using throughout the video. So here's how you will measure yourself for the top. You're going to measure the front of your waist from one side to the other, and you can see the green line kind of showing you how that's going to look on yourself when you do that. This is how long your foundation chain should be, and you can use this length for both of the tops. First thing you're going to want to do is make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain up the chain amount that you came out with for your measurement plus 3. So I ended up doing 40 chains, and then I did 3 additional chains on top of that. Once you reach the amount of chains you'll need, you're going to count over 4 chains. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to yarn over and insert 1 double crochet into the 4th chain. After that, I'm going to continue inserting 1 double crochet into each chain all the way across. I'm going to continue mine and then I'll show you what to do next. So here I've made it to the end, just inserting my final 2 double crochets. This is what the row looks like so far. Next, I'm going to chain up 3. And the chain 3 does count as a double crochet. After chaining 3, you're going to turn your work, insert 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. Then you're going to insert 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across until you reach the end. And as we go along in our top, it's going to slowly begin to slope outwards towards the edges due to the increases we're doing in the beginning. And that's going to help us create that cowl look. So here I'm inserting my final 2 double crochets for the second row. And be sure to insert that last double crochet into the chain 3 from the previous row. I know that can be hard to see sometimes, but you're going to want to make sure you do your last double crochet there. Now I'm going to chain up 3, turn my work, and insert 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. After that, I'm going to keep inserting 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across until I get to the end. And again, at the beginning of each row, it's going to slowly increase for every row, and that's going to widen our work as we go along. So here I am at the end again, just inserting my final double crochet. Now I'm chaining up 3, turning my work. And here you can see the edges of our rows, how it's beginning to extend outward. And this is what I meant when I said that we're slowly increasing with each row. And the further along that we go, the wider the top is going to get. And that's going to help us get that cowl look that we're going for. So here I'm just inserting my hook. I'm going to yarn over, insert 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. And then I'm going to continue inserting 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across. We're going to repeat the same exact process for every row after this. I did a total of 11 rows, but you can do more or less depending on what you prefer. So here's what the top looks like so far after completing 11 rows. I had already attached my straps for the neck and back on one side, and I'll show you how to do it on the other side. But here you could just see me folding it in the center, and that's just giving you a visual of how the top's gonna look whenever you put it on. So for your next strap, you're just gonna wanna take your hook and insert it into that chain 3 space in the top corner of your top. Pull your yarn through, chain up 1, and then insert 1 single crochet into the same space. Then all you're going to do is create a chain long enough to your liking. I believe I did about 35 to 40 chains for my neck straps. Once you get to a length that you like, all you're going to do is pull out a loop, cut, and tie off your yarn. Next, for your back straps, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go into the bottom corner of the top, go into the chain 3 space with your hook, attach your yarn, chain 1, insert 1 single crochet into the same space, and then you're just going to continue by chaining a length that you like. I believe for the back straps I did 40 to 45 chains. Once you get to a length that you like, all you're going to do is pull out a loop again, cut, tie off your yarn, and that completes the very first top. So for the second top, we're going to be starting it the same exact way. So we're going to start with the slip knot, and then you're going to make a chain that's long enough to fit your waist measurement plus 3. So for me, I had started with 40, and then I did 3 chains in addition to that. So once you reach the length that you want, you're going to insert 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. Then you'll insert 1 double crochet into each chain all the way across until you get to the end. After you finish your final double crochet, we won't be making any chains before the next row. So what we're going to do is just turn our work and insert 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. Okay, I just want to pause real quick to kind of explain what we're doing. This is another way we can do a double crochet and keep the edges of our project straight. So as you can see, underneath the single crochet, there's 2 loops. There's a short one on the right and a slightly longer one on the left. And what we're going to do next is tuck our hook behind the left loop before we yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, and that's going to create a double crochet while keeping our edges straight for the bottom half of the top. So as you can see, I'm inserting my hook behind the left loop. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2, and that creates our first double crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to insert 1 double crochet like normal. Then we're going to keep inserting 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across until the end. Alright, so here I'm inserting my final double crochet, and again we're not chaining up any chains, we're just going to turn our work. And in the very first stitch, insert 1 single crochet. We're going to tuck our hook behind the left loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, then pull through 2, and that's the first double crochet. Then we're going to insert 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across until we get to the end. So here I'm inserting my final 2 double crochets. For the next row, we will be chaining up 3, turning our work, and like the previous top that we did, we're going to insert 1 double crochet into the very first stitch. This is going to create our first increase. The chain 3 does count as a double crochet. Then we're going to insert 1 double crochet into each stitch going all the way across until we get to the end. So here I am inserting my final double crochets. Now I'm going to chain up 3, turn my work, and in the very first stitch I'm going to insert 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to keep inserting 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way across until I get to the end. I'm going to repeat this back and forth until I get to my desired height for the top. In total, I did 14 rows. I'm going to go ahead and complete my rows off camera, and then I'll meet you at the end and show you what to do next. Alright, so this is what my top looks like after 14 rows. I also went ahead and did the neck and back straps on the left side, as you can see. So for the neck and back ties, I did it the exact same like I did the previous top. So here I'm inserting my hook into the upper right corner inside of that chain 3 space. Attach my yarn, then chain 1. Then I'm going to insert 1 single crochet into that same space. And now I'm going to make a chain long enough to my liking, so I did about 35 to 40 chains for the neckties. By the time you reach the end, you're just going to pull up a loop, cut and tie off your yarn, and that's it for the neck straps. For the back straps, it's exactly the same. You're just going to go into the bottom corner, insert your hook into that chain 3 space, Attach your yarn, chain 1, insert 1 single crochet into the same space, and then you'll just chain up a chain to your liking. I did about 40 to 45 for the back ties. Again, once you reach the end, you'll just pull up a loop, cut and tie off your yarn, and that is it for the back ties, and that's it for both of the tops, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know what else you want to see from me. There is more to come, and please like, comment, and subscribe.